Welcome, coin collectors. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at the 1978 D. Roosevelt dime, a coin that may look ordinary but can become surprisingly valuable in exceptional condition or with a genuine mint error. We'll explore its history, rare features, condition, and realistic market value, and show you what to look for before spending or selling one. Stay with us, because you might discover the 1978 D. Roosevelt dime is an interesting modern U.S. coin, but it is important to separate genuine collector value from exaggerated, ultra-rare claims sometimes seen online. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1978 D dime belongs to the long-running Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Although millions were produced for ordinary circulation, exceptionally well-preserved examples can attract significantly more attention from collectors. The coin becomes particularly interesting when it combines sharp strike quality, original mint luster, excellent surfaces, and a high certified grade. For most examples, however, the value remains close to face value. So the real numismatic opportunity lies in finding an unusually pristine specimen or a legitimate mint error or variety. This distinction is essential for collectors because a common 1978 D dime should not automatically be considered a rare or million-dollar coin simply because it is old or carries a Denver D mint mark. The historical background of the 1978 D. Roosevelt dime places it within an important period of American monetary history. The coin was produced during the late 1970s, when the United States was dealing with inflation, changing consumer prices, and the continuing effects of economic and political developments following the 1970s energy crisis. The Roosevelt dime itself had already become a familiar part of American commerce for more than 3 decades. The obverse portrait was created by John R. Sinek, while the reverse features the torch, olive branch, and oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength. The Denver Mint's D identifies the facility responsible for striking this particular circulation issue. Unlike commemorative coins, the 1978 D dime was not specifically created to celebrate the U.S. bicentennial. The bicentennial coinage program had centered primarily on specially dated 1776 to 1976 quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. Therefore, calling a 1978 D. Roosevelt dime a bicentennial coin can be misleading. Its importance comes from its place in the Roosevelt series and from exceptional examples rather than from a special bicentennial designation. From a design standpoint, the 1978 D. Roosevelt dime has the familiar appearance that makes the series immediately recognizable. The obverse displays a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, accompanied by Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1978, with a D mint mark indicating Denver production. The reverse presents a central torch surrounded by an olive branch and an oak branch, along with United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 dime. The coin is composed of the copper-nickel-clad material used for circulation dimes of the period, measures approximately 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and weighs about 2.27 grams. Its reeded edge is another characteristic feature. In an ordinary circulated example, these specifications make the coin look like thousands of other late 1970s dimes. In a superb specimen, however, collectors pay close attention to the quality of the strike, the preservation of the surfaces, the brilliance of the original mint luster, and the absence of distracting marks. The most important factor in determining whether a 1978 D dime is genuinely scarce is condition. Large numbers of these coins were made for circulation, meaning that ordinary worn examples are not difficult to locate. The situation changes considerably at the highest mint state grades. Coins that survive decades without significant contact marks, scratches, discoloration, or loss of luster can become much more desirable. Professional grading services generally use the Sheldon scale from 1 through 70, with mint state grades applying to coins that show no evidence of ordinary circulation. A 1978 D dime graded around MS 60 may be relatively ordinary, while an example approaching the finest known grades can command a premium because truly exceptional coins are much harder to locate. Collectors should therefore avoid confusing mintage with rarity. A coin can have a large mintage and still be scarce in extraordinarily high grades, but that does not make every example rare. When it comes to market value, the 1978 D. Roosevelt dime is generally a modestly priced coin in circulated condition. A typical example may be worth approximately 10 to 25 cents, depending on condition and the dealer or market involved, while attractive uncirculated pieces can bring more. Certified mint state examples may generally range from roughly a few dollars to tens of dollars, depending heavily on grade and eye appeal. Exceptional top-grade specimens can sell for substantially more, potentially reaching the hundreds of dollars or more when population rarity and strong collector competition come into play. Exact prices can change significantly, and auction records for the finest examples are more meaningful than generalized price guides. Importantly, claims that an ordinary 1978 D. Roosevelt dime is automatically worth thousands, millions, or an extraordinary ultra-rare fortune are not realistic without strong evidence such as a documented major mint error, an exceptionally high certified grade, or a recognized variety. Errors and unusual varieties provide another possible avenue for increased value. Collectors should examine a 1978 D dime for legitimate minting abnormalities such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, missing design elements, major doubled features, wrong planchet errors, or other